Are you a flat earther? Like, I want to get into the conversation down in the comments on flat earth theory and whether our planet is that or it is a globe. So let's talk about it down there. But did you know that there's seriously creepy facts about the North Pole that broke my mind and spirit? I always thought that like the North Pole was this lair for Santa and that he was plotting devious acts of giving free gifts at the Christmas time, but I thought that there was land up there. There isn't. It's all an iceberg. I thought it was just a lot of snow on top of Earth. No, it's just floating. It's just floating ice. It's floating up there. Yeah. Now I understand why the scientists are freaking out about the melting. Hi, I'm Sierra. I am the creator and owner of Criminal Claws. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel. You're going to love this channel. We're going to go over some facts today. We always do facts with some nails, and yeah, we learned some new shit. So make sure you subscribe. And do you believe in the flat earth theory? What are your thoughts on it? Comment down below, and make sure you like this video. I love you. Let's get into the set. Did you guys know that narwhals are real? I did not. I seriously thought that they were just a squishmallow idea. That the unicorn fad got wore out and they came up with this idea of a whale unicorn. I did not know that narwhals are real and that they live at the North Pole. Yeah, do you know what doesn't live at the North Pole? Penguins. Penguins don't live at the North Pole. What the hell? Like everything in my brain is just being rearranged and flip flopped right now. Because I could have swore I thought penguins lived at the North Pole, but no, because it is just floating ice and no land, and they are a tiny land animal. It is too dangerous. It's too cold, too dark. It's dangerous for them to navigate. They could get squished, they could get trapped in the icebergs. But narwhals have that horn, and evolution gave it to them. So the reason they grew the horn was to be able to break free from the icebergs, to be able to break through the ice and not get trapped. Yeah, narwhals are real, and penguins don't live at the North Pole. So I was trying out this new bit that I got that's supposed to replace sanding bands, and I just wanted to record my prep routine so I could show you guys this bit. I did not like it though. This is my first time using it, and it got a pack of 3, and they all feel pretty much the same. There was supposed to be fine, medium, and coarse grit, and I didn't really notice a difference between the bits. They all felt the same. And yeah, I did not appreciate these bits. I will opt for regular disposable sanding bands over these any day of the week. They were halfway decent for cleaning up the cuticle area, but as far as etching the nail plate and blending in the tips, they did not do well at all. So yeah, I will leave the link down in the description box if you want to avoid buying these or if you are interested in trying them. Yeah, the link will be below. So I live in Ohio and it is really stinking cold here right now, and it's not even full blown winter yet, and we're already down in freezing temperatures at nighttime. I record my content at night because I don't want to get bothered by anybody or have anybody needing anything from me. So I get peace and quiet time to record my sets and all of that good stuff. So I had to buy a heater, but it really is messing with the acrylic, it being so cold out. So I'm going to see about getting one of those candle warmers and setting my monomer on top of that so that I don't have to fight the acrylic so much. Your acrylic doesn't set up as fast when it's this cold out. Not only does it not set up fast, if it's really cold out, it won't set up at all. You have to take your hands and like run them under warm water just to get the acrylic to set up. And I've had to do that before, but we're not there yet. It's just kind of really cold out. So yeah, the acrylic, I held it on my brush trying to give it time to set up, and it still was runny. Yeah, you're going to see me fighting this acrylic. The white acrylic that we're using is soft cotton. And then here we're going in with a tiny little bead of clear acrylic because I'm going to do a cuticle cuff of glitter. And I'm going to be using Olaf You a Lot. That is a glitter acrylic from our newest Christmas Spirit collection. So if you're interested in any of the glitter acrylics that we have for Christmas, you can definitely find them on criminalclaws.com. All the links to everything that I'm using in this video will be down below. Did you know that the North Pole has no time zone? Yeah, there's no time zone. And not only that, it's international waters. Because there's no land and it is just all frozen ice, it is international waters and it is no country. There is no jurisdiction there. No countries own it. It is just international waters. Waters. Yes. And there is no time zone because the sun rises and sets only once a year. The sun rises, it is sunny for 6 months, and then the sun sets and it is dark for 6 months. Then it rises, light for 6 months, sets, dark. You get the freaking point. Oh, wow. That, I could imagine the horrifying things that happen in the dark there. Can you? So I guess they're studying alien life at the North Pole. Or, well, no, not really. So the permafrost at the North Pole, which is a layer of ice, once you dig into that, I guess the conditions in that permafrost are similar to the conditions on Mars. And they have found organisms down in that permafrost. And if there are organisms on Earth that could survive in that permafrost, then those organisms could probably survive on Mars. So they feel like they're like kind of unlocking this code of what alien life could be like if there was alien life on Mars. If that makes sense. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. They need to stop. Stop. Stop trying to put humans on Mars. Seriously, I wouldn't go. Told you guys, I will hold on for dear life to Earth if they came and said that we would have to go to space. But it's kind of crazy that they're using the North Pole to understand Mars. That's pretty neat. So I thought I was doing halfway decent with this ombre. Aside from chasing my acrylic and it spreading like your grandma's legs, it really did start to look like it was coming together. And I thought I had this one down. I was like, damn, I did good. Once I encapsulated everything, it didn't look too thick. And once I got to filing, I filed the sides and accidentally filed too far, and I filed through the ombre on the sides. Thank God that this glitter acrylic is so pretty that it kind of pulls your attention away from the messed up ombre, I guess. I probably could have done some art on this nail to cover up the messed upness of it, but I didn't. It is what it is. It is a pretty nail, though. I still love it. In the end, I'm obsessed with this acrylic. The facets are purple, like this really dark, rich purple, a royal blue, and a teal-ish light blue, kind of. It's so beautiful. It's hard to catch the purple on camera, but in real life, when I say like it's mesmerizing, this acrylic is mesmerizing, along with those glittery silver snowflakes in it. I've never seen snowflakes like this. Never. I've seen lots of glitter snowflakes and acrylics, but I've never seen snowflakes that have glitter on them, right? Because that's what they are. The snowflakes are like a glitter, but then they actually have this really fine silver glitter on top of them, and it really makes them sparkle. Like I'm obsessed. And here we're going to go in and we are only going to ombre this white down onto that tip because I'm going to go in and do an icicle nail. So I'm just ombreing it down onto the clear tip, and then I'm going to go in and encapsulate the free edge in clear, so when we do that icicle underneath, you'll be able to see it. So there are like these old and bougie life forms up at the North Pole. They're like over 300 years old and they eat like extinct animals. Super bougie. Yeah, this is real. So there are these sponges and they live under the sea on the seafloor. And the scientists that have found them were seriously surprised because there is nothing for them to sustain themselves on. There's no food, there's no fish, there's no nothing up there. So they were really, really
interested. Like, what were they eating? How are they living 300 some years with no food? But come to find out, they're eating extinct animals that are slowly decaying over time. Animals that went extinct thousands of years ago. These little bougie sponges are just surviving off of extinct animals. Yeah, that is so cool. That really is cool that there is life at the North Pole and it's not SpongeBob SquarePants, but it is sponges and that they are eating extinct animals. That one really got me. I know it's not creepy, but it's cool. A monster with 8 legs, one eye, a translucent body, two antennas, and no mouth was found near the North Pole in Canada under the ice. This is a real life monster, and it was recently discovered by a college student in Manitoba. Um, and yeah, they started studying this real life monster with 8 legs, with translucent skin, and one eyeball, no mouth. But don't you know that it was only 2 millimeters long? That's like the thickness of 3/4, maybe. If you stack 3/4 on top of each other, but that's still creepy. Blech. So, all right, we're almost done with our acrylic application, and for everything that I go in with glitter, I always lay down a layer of clear acrylic first, just because I like having a little bit of structure. And laying down glitter acrylic, especially on your nail bed, is not good. You want really good adhesion on the nail bed, and clear acrylic is going to give that to you and that structure. If you lay down glitter, you're going to end up with like probably gaps between the acrylic and the nail bed because glitter doesn't lay flat, and you don't want to have that. So just always lay down a thin layer of clear acrylic first and then go in with your glitter acrylic, and yeah, we're going to encapsulate. I ended up encapsulating a little bit on camera, but I did most of the encapsulation off camera. And also I did the filing off camera, and then we're going to get into all of that good nail art. So I've been obsessed with iced coffee for a long time, and I saw all those people on TikTok when they're like talking about stuff, they're like making their own little iced coffees, and I wanted to do that, but when I went to the store, in order to get the stuff to start out with, like you have to get the chocolate and the caramel and the cold brew coffee and the creamer and all that stuff. It was going to be like $50 to like start it out, and I hate spending money on myself. So I didn't do it. And finally I did. And when I say this is like the greatest investment ever for myself, just as like a great treat, I am loving making my own iced coffees. And here I took like this little coffee break to make myself one in the middle of this set. And it's so good. It's so good. I got Stokes medium roast sweet cold brew coffee. It's already sweetened. And I just throw in like caramel chocolate. I got this salted caramel creamer. And yeah, some whipped cream and some more on top. And it's so good. It's such a great investment. And then I realized each bottle of cold brew that is big like that is like 5 something a bottle on sale. But I am I've always ground my own coffee beans and just made my own hot coffee out of grinding my own coffee beans. I buy the whole beans and grind them so I get really fresh coffee. So what I did was when I ran out of that cold brew that I bought, I ground up my own coffee beans, brewed a really strong pot of coffee, threw some sugar into that pot, and poured that into that Stokes bottle so that I would have like, something to put it in while it was still pretty hot. I didn't want it to go stale. I didn't want it to get cold slowly and go stale. So it was pretty damn hot still. And I stuck it in the fridge, and I've been making my coffee out of that. And oh my God, it's amazing. What a great investment. So here I went in with some top coat on the underside of that ombre to clear nail, that middle finger, and I just ombre white down to the tip and then put clear acrylic on the top so I could see through the nail, and we are creating an icicle effect by using top gel, a top coat, and some crinkled up Ziploc baggie. I put quite a bit of top coat in the underside of that nail, and I just shoved that crinkled up baggie into it and cured, and then I removed the bag, and what's left looks like this really cool icicle effect. I'm sure you could use base gel, but I've seen a lot of people who used base gel and their base gels yellowed. And a friend told me that when you do base gel really thick, that it can cause yellowing. So I'm not sure. I just chose to go in with top coat gel because I wouldn't have to worry about the stickiness or inhibition layer, and it would already be shiny from the bottom side, and it worked perfect. And then here we are going in with Linky Bones, which is our white gel paint from the To Die For gel paint collection. And I am going to create two different French style tips. One cuff in the middle of the nail and then one at the end. And we're going to cure that, matte top coat the entire nail because I did not matte top coat anything. I did not top coat anything yet. I just went in on the buffed surface with that gel paint, created the French. Now I'm matte top coating everything. We're going to cure this, and then we are going to go in with our sweater design. And that's just going in with the same Linky Bones white gel paint. I'm going to outline my Frenches, and then I am going to create just a simple little design. That first little French near the cuticle area is going to just get dots. The second French at the free edge is going to get the sweater design where you just run two parallel lines next to each other, and then you connect one to the one below it on the opposite side. It's a very easy way to create a sweater nail if you're not good at drawing hearts or you're not good at drawing designs. Here you can see me draw two little lines next to each other, two little lines under that next to each other, and two little lines under that next to each other. And then you take one at the top, connecting it to one at the bottom on the other side, and that is your simple sweater nail design. And then before we cure, we're going to go into that wet gel paint still, and we are going to sprinkle in some white acrylic or clear acrylic. I'm just using the white acrylic that I use to build the nails with. And yeah, but if you don't have an acrylic that's the same color as the acrylic that you are, or the same color of what you're putting in, just use clear. That's all you got to do. But yeah, that's what we are doing. I did this tiny little starburst at the top of the nail. It was unnecessary. I don't know why I felt like something should have been there. It really was unnecessary. And then for our pointer finger, I am doing this layered snowflake effect. So I just have the buffed surface of the nail. Again, nothing is top coated, nothing is base coated, nothing like that. I am just going in on this buffed surface. I mixed some top gel with the white gel paint to create this very soft white look, if that makes sense. And what I'm doing is I am just putting out dots, and I am going to connect them together to create a snowflake effect. And then after I get these two snowflakes finished, I'm going to matte top coat the nail, cure that, and then go in with the original white gel paint with it at its deepest look, if that makes sense. I mixed the first snowflakes color, I mixed the clear and white together so that it wouldn't be so prominent. And then now I'm just going in with the regular white gel paint so that it's nice and strong and you can see it very well, doing the dots and creating the snowflakes. And then I am going to sprinkle into that the white acrylic so that you can see them, and they are going to be raised up off the nail. And it's going to kind of look like you have snowflakes in the background behind that matte top coat, and you're going to have snowflakes in the foreground on top of the matte top coat. So yeah, do not cure this. The second set of snowflakes, we are just going to sprinkle in some acrylic powder too, and then we're going to cure, and that is going to give us that effect. And here we are just going to do a little rhinestone effect, and then I'm going to do some, what is that? Chrome candy cane swirl design on our ring finger, and we are pretty much going to be done with this set. Tell me what you guys think. This is a pretty simple set for me. I know this isn't simple for a lot of people, especially beginners. There's a lot of different techniques here. I went in with matte top coat. I matte top coated the white nail, cured that. Now we're going in with our Bat Habits, which is the black gel paint. And we are going to create these swirls, and we're going to cure them. And after a full 60-second cure, we are going to rub in some blue chrome. And once we're done doing that, we are going to clean everything off and top coat just the chrome and shiny top. So we have two textures, the white matte nail for the background, and then the shiny blue swirls is what it's going to turn into. Yeah, so you need to matte top coat your nail first and then go in with your black gel paint for the chrome designs. And yeah, tell me what you guys think. And then for our last fact of the day, this one is the scariest. 780 years, oh no, 780,000 years ago, our geomagnetic field around Earth and the North and South Pole, right? What makes our compasses work is that our North Pole has this magnetic pull, and this magnetic field that happens, it actually flip-flopped. 780,000 years ago, the South Pole was technically the North Pole. That would have been north because of that geomagnetic thing going on. It flip-flopped, and it could actually flip-flop at any time again. Scientists say it could happen at any moment, and it could change life as we know it. Nothing would foretell it. There is nothing that could stop it. Yeah, it would just happen, and all of our climates would change, the world would change, and there is nothing anybody could do to stop it. It's already happened once that scientists know of, and chances of it happening again are pretty high. I love you guys. I hope you love this. Make sure you subscribe and like this video. Talk about things down below. What do you think of the flat earth theory? And yeah, we're going to talk about it. I love you.